sense of, you know, whatever you need, coach. Didn't really take it personal when I talked to him about, you know, how we want to maneuver going forward. But at the same time, you know, he played a lot more tonight. We didn't have Alex Gorski tonight, so his minutes was up. But, you know, like that last play was actually just supposed to be a clear out for Lou to go at their big guy. Lou ended up picking up his dribble a little bit too early. Mac found it and you know, made a play. You know, and that's a senior to go in there and get an and one and give us a lead. Gosh, I can't even remember if he made the free throw or not. He missed it. That's why we were in 10. Yeah. So we were switching everything, but I'm happy for him, especially with, you know, that being his 1,000th point in scoring. But, you know, I mean, he's a great kid, great family, and you just need more of those type of guys in your program.
How different is it that a guy who's known for shooting gets it on a drive to the basket like that?
Well, at least he had the wherewithal to drive it. Whether to put it on the officials to get fouled for a hand check or finish it at the rim like he did. So I was excited that he didn't settle for a three-point shot. But you know what I would say about it, you know, that's probably a little bit of savvy on a veteran, you know, from a veteran to understand the scenario and the situation that late in the game.
Like you mentioned, you know, shooting wasn't quite as good tonight as the last few nights. It seems like down the stretch you guys have been shooting really well, and especially from three. I know, obviously, take wins however you can get them, but was there ever a point where you thought it would be advantageous to win a game on a tough shooting night like tonight?
No. I mean, they hadn't crossed my mind. Yeah. But, you know, within what we're trying to do here, when it presents itself and we do come out on the right end, or we at least handle it the right way, which I thought early in the year, if we would have had a night like this, you know, heads would have been down, body language wouldn't have been great, maybe not as positive on the bench, or at least believing in what the positivity coming from the bench, believing in that. So for it to happen and us stay the course, again, I think it just shows growth within the young men in the program.
You mentioned, you know, before the game, you know, guarding the three-point line was going to be critical. And other than that stretch where they were able to tie it, I mean, were you pleased with that? And even during that stretch, were they just making tough shots, or did the defense maybe lax a little bit at that point?
No. Well, we did reach our goal with what we set in before the game. We wanted to limit them to 6 makes or less, and we wanted to take away their attempts by the better three-point shooters. Kid 5, 25, and 11. But during that stretch, I just thought it was them playing in transition. And I mean, outside the whole night, I felt like they maybe have gotten maybe 4 or 5 open looks. I thought where they were just
the guy who has the ball in his hands late in the game. I guess, you know, how tough is it to lose him to 5 fouls there, and how do you think the guys reacted to not having him out there?
Well, again, you know, JJ has kind of stepped up into that scoring leader, but even when that happened, I thought he was great. You know, on the bench, encouraging, telling guys about defense, you know, talking about how we're going to win this, but at the same time, you know, we're still balanced enough to where we can still score the basketball. So, you know, in that effort, you know, my thought was kind of the next guy in line, but I wanted it to be a drive rather than a shot from the perimeter, unless it was just wide open. You know, that's why I put the ball in Lou's hand, and now wanted Lou to go at the big guy, but obviously he picked it up early, and the savviness of J-Mac allowed himself to put it on the floor and get an and one.
What did you think of Naughton tonight? I know, you know, you talked the last game, he was starting to come around a little bit, but I thought He gave you some good minutes tonight. Just what are your thoughts of what did you see from him that you particularly liked tonight?
Well, there was a time out there where I just challenged him. You know, obviously his minutes haven't been the same as in beginning of the year, and you know he's such a great kid. And I just challenged him one time in the huddle, you know, in a sense of fighting for your minutes, and being the player that he's capable of playing, being. And I thought, again, he showed flashes of it, you know, demanding the basketball, protecting the rim, and finishing. So I was excited to see that part of him. But like with most of these guys, I'm always trying to tell them, like, you know, I feel like there's only so many times I can yell. You know, I can't yell every game, you know. But I thought it was time for him because I never really yell at him. And I thought he stepped up to that.
You know,